having my global vantage point, one of the things I would say that distinguishes, let's say, the Southeast Asia market, and you have 4 or 5 different countries all within 30-minute to 40-minute flight. So if you're a founder in Southeast Asia, let's take Thailand, from the day you launch, you're thinking about Singapore, you're thinking about Malaysia, you're thinking about potentially Tokyo as another major hub. And so what that means from an on-the-ground blocking and tackling perspective is that oftentimes your local founders are looking at go-to-market launch from 3 to 4 different regulatory regime perspectives at the same time. And one of the benefits of that is basically, to the discussions earlier about the complexity and the different rules that are required, you basically have to build your business thinking about all of these sorts of compliance complexities. What tends to happen in that region is that you kind of look to the Singapores and the Thailands. And the reason being that in most countries outside of the US, a central bank is going to be or have a large say in the regulation of financial services technology, so FinTech. So a perfect example of that will be a company called Grab, which for an American audience is very similar to Uber, the way you have an app on your phone. The difference that I would say is that Grab is integrated with pretty much everything. It's a mix of, if you think of TaskRabbit here, if you think of calling your Uber, if you think of ordering food, if you think of getting groceries, if you think of having someone go pick something up for you or pick it up in one place and drop it to another, and then also moving money. So what we're seeing outside of the US and what I predict we're going to see more here in the US is really a merger of the convenience of these apps. And to your point about the tech stack, the app that you see on the front end, that UX, is going to be your gateway. And then what you're going to see, and what I currently see a lot of founders doing, is on the back end, they're partnering with those various providers that allow the building out of more advanced banking services. And so it's very common in the region, for example, if I'm in Singapore and I'm in a fantasy league, fantasy pro football, etc., and I have other friends who are in that league in Thailand or in Tokyo. Well, when you have to put in your kitty to get the league going, you can just pay each other via an international payment network that's set up between those banks. It's very similar to like a Zelle structure here. The difference being it's all QR codes between phones. So it's seamless. And it doesn't matter if you are, a street level hawker or a corporate worker. You have the access to the same tech stack. And so I think we're going to see much more of that progress towards like the democratization of it.